Greetings and welcome to episode 4 of my latest playthrough. Now, so far in this playthrough, I have taken out the luminous ones and withered dogs in the two front wall. That was episode 1. Then episode 2 took out Iron Alliance, the glow bugs, and Black Canyon, although I ended up releasing Black Canyon in the previous episode because Diana was justifying on me while I was starting off a war with the guys down to the south. They are WARDEN, who actually won against the Hangdogs. And what used to be World City is now the cute Colardo Republic. But I'm not fighting them alone. I'm also got Circle Junction and Lanius' Cohort in the mix. So you might be wondering, what is the aim of this episode? Well, we finally got Dome City back in episode 3 and was able to dig our way and clear all the way down to the bottom. So this episode is going to be all about fixing this ZAX AI over here. Now, I've gone some digging through what happens if you ask the ZAX some questions. Likes to talk about the prisoner, some massive calculation that I don't actually find an answer for, Odysseus, Argos, all those things. Very much law related, very rich, but doesn't serve anything for the playthrough, so I'm not going to go through it. What I am interested in is now, remember I've been looking for some hollow discs this whole time, and we can bring some to the ZAX because they've used up a lot of their storage doing this calculation. You can't find anything about. What is important is here in the red. So in order to repair the ZAX unit to its original state and function, you will need to research ZAX technology from the Engineering Research tab. Every technology from the Electronics Research line will allow you to prolong the life of the ZAX by 30 days. Additionally, by acquiring empty hollow disks from the wasteland, you can save some data from ZAX's database, giving you extra 60 days to supposed to be save the machine from certain doom. And I have posted what happens if you fail. This boulder dome here turns into a giant crater. So if you have empty hollow disks, I've collected a bunch, I don't know how many, you'll get extra 60 days added onto this counter here. If you don't worry, you can, if you've researched resistors, you can do this every now and then and you get an extra 30 days. I believe you can pile a whole bunch on at once, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do one at a time. So I'm going to give it a hollow disk because it's going to take me quite a while to get all the way to ZAX technology. Currently 710 days if my calculation is correct, so I need like an extra 500, otherwise it's going to fail. While I'm doing that, we'll fight any wars that we come across, and I have no specifics for the focus tree, but right now what I want to do is change my name. So for all that, I'm going to proclaim the new Colardo Republic. Our governor has taken their position and made the most important arrangements. We're ready to proclaim a new Colardo Republic. So I'm getting an extra 10% stability, which is always great because it boosts all these lovely things like population, mobilization, speed, factory output, the whole bank too. And we will no longer be known as the beggars, we'll be known as the new Colardo Republic. So start that off. Then there was a comment on episode 3 that hit me a bit different. It was from a viewer who said that I'm making this look easy and was asking for some tips. Now, that hit me a bit different because I try to make every video a bit of a mini tutorial. I try to explain what I'm doing because I got tired of watching some other YouTubers, whatever you want to call them, making it look easy, making it look fancy, and not teaching anybody anything. So to alleviate that, I am going to try and double down and to explain everything I do, why I do it, and why I do it at a certain time, just to try and help you guys out. If you are watching it for tips, if you're just watching it for to watch the playthrough, hey, then enjoy the ride. So starting off with that, don't really want to take any advisors right now. I don't need any, and I'm getting quite close to actually starting to core some of these states. Got quite a few called from the focus tree, but obviously more is better. Intelligence agency is going to concentrate on rooting out resistance. It's my favorite method to use them for. Research wise, once I have reached the end of conventional warfare here at the branch, I haven't decided which way I'm going to go, so I'm actually going to swap out and do some other technology tech, but we'll get to that. Construction wise, my defenses are almost finished, so I've added on a few more factories, and then I am going to go heavy on getting maximum infrastructure in the states that I do have resources to try and boost them up as much as I can. Production, I haven't changed much. And then for recruitment, I have started recruiting my first unit of these steel rangers, which is unique for the baggers, because even though it's a light special forces template, it includes power armor. So they're working okay, but to be honest, I do prefer my normal power armor users. And then, something that's new I've never done in 5.1 before is I have my first railway gun. So I'm going to right click, add them to 1st Battalion. Now I was also feeling a bit guilty because normally I name my armies and units after my channel members, but I haven't done this playthrough because of the awesome unique names that I finally get back. So what I have done is I have named my next 3 artillery pieces after them. So Necrophilian is going to get Necro's Vengeance, Kara K is going to Kara Kaboom, and Chucky, I forget what his second username is, but Chucky's Bunker Buster. So that's what I'll be doing there. Anything else I can sort out? I don't think I need more guns. Don't have enough money. I'm producing as fast as I can for my resistance. We'll bring that down. Resources a little bit low. This is the main thing I want to sort out, but I am running military signing bonus, so that'll be a nice boost to that as well. Okay, everything kind of sorted out. Let's get started. So I am no longer the beggars. I am now the new Colorado Republic. Fancy new flag. Changed all my names around. Now the NCRA Army. Now next focus I want to go through is to add on a little bit of war support. So the Song of Our People, a national anthem, will help unify our new citizens in song and purpose. So I'm going to get base war support plus 5% and 50 extra political power. So I'll start that off. Can't call anything yet, but I'm getting closer and closer. 94, 94. So a couple more days for that. I am on 0 manpower though, so that's a bit of an issue, but very soon my plant cultivation will finish and I'll get 500 from that. What I can do is I got paid so I can get some more guns, so hopefully that will alleviate my resistance problems just a little bit. Now actually, yeah, I'm saving up my army experience. I'll show you why in a moment, probably after this focus. But otherwise, so far, my artillery piece is located where? And it has been doing some nice work. Where is this guy? I saw him a moment ago. It must be inside here with one of these tabs here. I just can't see him right now. Alright, no worries though. I do see that explosion. What artillery does, for those that are wondering, it's the same as if you have a navy doing shore bombardment. It gives you basically a boost in your battles against, and very nice against defenses such as bunkers and all that kind of stuff. Miniaturized circuitry finished. Now normally this is the end of what most nations can do when it comes to the electronics research. I can obviously take it a little step further by getting advanced circuitry and making, after this, just need to get the ZAX technology and we can fix this damn computer. So high caliber ammunition gave a nice boost to my machine guns. Now, to access one of the rooms in the dome, I need to get to NCR Salvage Power Armor. So now I'm going to get Iron Allowance Power Armor. Nice little boost to what I had previously. Then one more day, let's just rather play this out until finally the Hangdogs have fallen. How has that changed the war? Oh yes, Warden is basically buggered. There, plant cultivars. Oh, actually went up by more than 500. That's brilliant. Now, I also need to get basic aquifer. Even though there's a lot of other things I'd rather do, I need to get basic aquifer to unlock some stuff in the dome. So we're going to do advanced well pumps first. Then I have 2 extra factories. Let me see where I need to put them the most. So I go to logistics, and I see which one takes the longest to replace. Currently it is infantry equipment. Oh no, it's actually support equipment. Okay, so those 2 are going to go on. Okay, actually, I'm actually going to put a whole bunch of 5 on there. That will go there. Can I core in? I can core 2 states. Okay, so now go for the most expensive because the price does go up, but that's going to give me even more manpower now. Still got some in the bank, and now hopefully with this manpower sorted out, so just take one more shot and I can take out maybe Castle Rock. I'm letting the AI do its thing. I cannot think where my artillery piece is. Has to be around here somewhere though. Alright, so things are slowly getting better. Oh, one thing I do need to report is that Kaiser's Legion has declared war on my, let's call him uncle, the New California Republic. And they're going to be a tough nut to crack because there's zero chance of a civil war, because a lot earlier in the playthrough, Kaiser captured New Vegas, which means his tumor has been healed. So I am currently thinking that once this war's over, I am not going to give Lanius all this territory, because that will make him and Kaiser a lot stronger. A song for our people is done. That's going to give me extra 5% war support and some political power. Now, many might want to take a capital of the NCR to unlock some decisions, but you don't actually have to take this focus unless you really want to take this one later on, and I'll show you in a moment why. What I want to do next is I have a debuff on my special forces from here, implement the Steel Rangers concept, and I can remove it down here by reorganize the Steel Rangers. So I'm going to carry on down this route here. First of all, I'm going to start off with the dream of Californication. I think that it is. The NCR is the greatest nation state in the wasteland. It's only fitting that Colorado's people learn to emulate California's culture. They'll see how much it enriches their lives in time. So I'm going to lose a little bit of political power again. Not too worried about that. I mean, I've got the advisors I really want, but my recovery rate is going up by 10%. That means they get back to the fight faster. My surrender limit is going up by 15%. That decides when I'm going to capitulate. And my annexion cost during peace conferences is going to go down by 20%. So it's going to be cheaper to basically buy units, if you want to call it that way. Now, the reason I'm not going to do that focus about the capitals is because for some reason it already is unlocked, and I've tested this. If you do that focus, you don't get any other extra chances. So the options we have, we can either move it back to Camp Baggers, which is where we started off, but you have to deploy a GEC there first. I don't like this because it's right there, very close to a river, like one tile away and you are gone. I would love to reallocate to the Dome City, but I'm not playing as an intellectual, so that option's out. I can change my forward operating base into my capital officially, and that's a pretty good option, but I'm not going to take it. There's no Colorado without Denver, and the other 2 options are to go to Outposts, Equilibrium here, which is also a bit of a weird spot. I am going to go for Denver. First of all, role-playing wise, you know, everybody in this region wants Dog City. They want Denver. But for me also, it's a lot nicer position. But mainly for role-playing, I'm going to keep this option. But to get it, I first need to call. Well, first I have to win the war, and then I need to call the Dog City. So I'm going to wait on that one. Then one of the reasons I haven't spent my army experience, I should have actually mentioned this when this was open, is I'm going to lose 100 army experience when I take this focus. So I want to make sure I have 100 in the bank at all times as a minimum. Now, something I want to mention, well, first of all, let me buy some more weapons because I'm low on those. Something I want to mention is you might, oh, I've got over 1,000 manpower. Smoky, you know, get some more units. I would love to, but I'm not going to because I'm so short on equipment. Point is getting up all this training when I can't actually even get equipment for the units I have right now trying to train. So I'm not going to waste. I'd rather keep it there, let it get used for garrison units if it needs to, reinforce the troops I have in the field. That's way more important. Alright, some good news. Warden is gone, and with it, I'm not caring about the robots, but I've got a whole bunch of weapons and support equipment and everything else. Another piece of good news, I can core another 2 states. Again, go with the most expensive, Camp Firefly. This is now 73. Look here, take that one, it's now 74. That proves that it goes up more. Now, this is a common thing that happens when you're fighting against factions. Even though Warden has given up, these are cute Colorado units that are in their territory, so you don't have them. So you can see my lines are all kinds of messed up. The best way to sort out this situation, in my experience, is to keep them as is. I've got lines all here. I'm going to put them on aggressive. So now they will fight basically anywhere and everywhere. The only one that I can't do this with is that unit there. So I'll take that one out manually. But otherwise, this should now take out these pockets, and then the troops, as they finish here, will move across over to Robot City here and start pushing down south. One thing I do want to do is just extend my line ever so slightly there. It is thinning them out. You saw the yellow, so that means I don't actually have enough units to cover this whole thing. But once they finish up taking out these little pockets, they'll join here and will carry on pushing down against Robot City, who are also not doing that well. Couple more victory points to take out, and then this war will be over. There we go. Field fortifications done. Now I'm going to do my coordinated assault. So it will give me extra breakthrough and coordination. And the last land doctrine I do before I start doing something else. As you can see, basically all the pockets except one is done. This line here got a bit messed up. So going to delete here and there. Not fight against them. So now I don't want to take all the units because there's my artillery piece. Found it. Okay, so let's just take these guys here and attach them there. That means these guys will still carry on taking out this last little pocket before they join in the fun here. But nope, definitely not long for this world. There we are. Dream of Californication is finished. Now I'm going to move on to Paws of the Bear Cub. We might be far from Mama Bear, but a bear cub can still grow into a vicious grizzly. Quite true. 25 army experience. Brilliant. 10% war support. They'll take me over 50%. Brilliant. Because currently when you're just under 50, you get negatives. 50% is basically your baseline. Anything more than that, and all these effects you can see are from our current war score. We go green and become positives. So that's why I want to push that. Then I have the opportunity to recycle some old holodiscs, and while I'm at it, let me pop on another 60 days. There we go. That's how. Don't forget to do that, because if you do, If you get it once, that's all you need to lose this whole thing. And then you won't get the benefits of rescuing the ZAC. Okay, so this war's over at least, and again, I'm getting a whole bunch of nice equipment. As I said, I'm going to take everything. I've changed my mind. I did say in the episode 3 that I was going to give this to Lanius, but I'm not anymore. So there, I've taken Warden. Don't worry, that impossible one will come to me anyways. Then for Colorado Republic, I just want to take these 4 states here, but north of the river. Reason being, I'll show you when I set up my troops now. This is a quite nice natural defensive line. So just those 4. I'm going to have to fight for this because Lanius has grabbed some already, but I've got it. I'm not taking the Navy, not liberating anything. I'm just going to keep it as is. Although I probably could liberate them to make my job easier, but I want to fight Lanius sooner rather than later. So let's confirm and exit there. Okay, so they're all disappeared. Now this is how I'm going to set up my army. So combined everything over there, except for I'm going to take half of these infantry units and pop them here. This seems to be another change in 5.1. There used to be 2 river crossings here. It's now land. There's only 1 river crossing here. So I'm going to put them there just to guard that river crossing. And then, so my guys can start planning, I'm going to do a combined arms order for here, I reckon. Yeah, this is a good line. So they can just prep. The reason why I'm doing this is because regardless of who won here, Lanius will still have a war goal to capture Dog City. So he will justify and declare on me. And I want to do that because that means I'm fighting a defensive war. Whenever you go to war, you take a hit to your war support and your stability. But if you're fighting a defensive war, that hit is a lot less. And if I remember correctly, your war support actually then increases if you're fighting a defensive war. So that's what I want to do. So it's a defensive war, but it's one that I want to do. That I just noticed now, this is my one problem, is you don't get any notification here of when your artillery units are ready to be used. And for some reason, they're not spawning at my capital either, which is a bit weird. What decision do I have here? Yes, I'm at peace now, so I can do some basic training appointments there. I'm hoping that equipment that I captured will do some good. If I have extra, I will start training some more units. But really, my jump in manpower, not so long ago, I was on 0. Now I'm on 3,000. So that is a definite nice boost. Alright, this is a new kind of event type that also came with 5.1. A huddle far from those who pry. A dozen or so slender figures sit along an old round table illuminated by a buzzing incandescent light bulb hanging over the room. A hand-picked cabinet of trusted advisors gathered to relay the latest rumors and happenings to the executive. Their narrow slits betray a desire to do whatever it takes to climb the ladder before someone else in that room gets a chance to pull it up behind them. So what's on the agenda today? And now we get an anti-enemy broadcast. So while the streets of the capital remain relatively quiet, trouble brews in the periphery, with agitators being kicked into a frenzy over the most recent military action. According to some reports, they may even be in close communications with neighboring enemies. Now, that just won't do. These troublemakers will be dealt with in due course, but the nonsense they spout won't be easily suppressed. With that in mind, we will be moving forward with a counter-messaging campaign to drown the misinformation out, leveraging all channels at our disposal. Come next week, there will be never have been another truth. So now these events do change, but and so do the options. Currently I can get some command power and base war support, army experience, or manpower. What do I want the most? The war support would be nice, but I do like base war support, and I've just spent 100 command power Generally, I'd like to take this one, especially if you do this early in the game. I'd recognize arm experience. Manpower, if you are less than 1,000, I'll take this one. But for my choice right now, I'm going to go for it's it, it 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 is what's best for them for the command power and base war support. So, and now while I'm taking a break, still need a lot of guns, and I've got a whole bunch of money because now I have 1, 2, 3 trade nodes. So let's get some pipe weapons and some basic melee. Okay, there we are. Okay, this is good. Advanced well pumps is done. So now I can move on to basic aquifer. Last one in this industry tree I need to get done for the dome. Let me just have a quick check. Okay, nothing to core. Something I want to mention is now that I have an artillery piece for each unit, I was low on guns, so I've actually taken this down to 1. Yes, it's going to take a lot longer to make. It's going to take a year and a half just to make Kara's Kaboom. But for right now, my need for basic weaponry is far more important than an artillery piece. There we go. Pause of the Bear Club is done. So I'm going to move on to the next step of getting Wargaming Division. A dedicated Wargaming Division for our military council will help us conjure up new ideas. And I get 2 research bonuses for land doctrine back when I need them. Something I noticed is eventually I want to go down this line here with the gun runners, but to get here I need an opinion of 80 for them. So I am actually going to be spending money on them because the more the more advanced equipment you buy, the higher the opinion gets. So unfortunately, I can't do one right now, so I need to get up to 80. So basic ballistic weaponry, but I've done a recent transaction, so I have to wait. I think it's about 30 or 40 days between you can do transactions, so I'll have to wait for that. One thing I don't have to wait for is I've got 212 army experience now, so I can finally take retrain the best just to get some nice perks for my special forces. This affects basically everything that's labeled as special forces. Behemoths, Nightkin, Paladins, Light, it's all included. And now I can move on to, once I've spent the 100, on getting some normal perks. I'll be focusing on infantry and special forces. And got an improvement to my power armor. Iron Alliance power armor is unlocked. Let's move on to the simple servos and let's boost this. Now this will not only boost my the effectiveness of my Colorado Rangers, my Steel Rangers template, because it will also give a nice boost to my infantry template because I have power armor support units, so it will raise their armor as well, which is quite nice. Different way of getting some armor without using the enforcers. Okay, do you remember the Ranger and the trophy that explored, where is it now? The dome for me earlier, the initial outskirts. Now they wanted to get married at the end of all that, so now it's a year later and I can do Take Me to Church. During the initial expedition to Colorado, the advocacy of separation of church and state was still a hotly debated topic. The concept of personnel sent to maintain the mental health of the troops was a foreign concept to both scientists and soldiery. By the time they returned, their appreciation of mental health concerns had much improved. A generous donation from certain private groups spurred the incursion of faith ministers that performed such services. Cecil Lergyman Lender was the sole called upon for such duties, acting as the brigade chaplain. Although his nature had earned him a slothful reputation, he was a resolute man of faith who encouraged many soldiers in his time. His belief was that if the Lord willed it, it would happen. And it just so happened that shortly after constructing his makeshift chapel, the Lord asked Cecil to fulfill his duties once more. Peterson and Welding arrived on his doorstep. Millie and I want to get married. So we have a new advisor available for high command. So the chaplain will give extra recovery rate, extra war support, division defense, and ideology drift defense, which means that stops your changing of your popularity of your government. I'm going to not hire him, but let's see about them getting married. Offer me my deathless death. Ranger Welding's request could shift mountains with how earnestly it had been delivered. Despite the fact Cecil was in the midst of locking up, he felt obliged to hear them out. Wed you shall be, provided you have the proper requirements, he told them. Requirements? We're in love and want to get hitched. What more do you need? If you need a shotgun, I'm sure there's one round back, Millie joked. The chaplain looked flatly at the two. If you wanted to get married new Reno style, I would gladly start a contribution fund to send you there. However, even the Lord needs time. Normally, such a request would take months, especially as it demands premarital counseling, endorsement from a religious organization. If either of you were within a faith, and if you aren't able to tell, a ceiling fixture bulb fizzled out. The chapel we have isn't exactly the best place for a full ceremony. Noting the annoyed looks on the soldiers' faces, Cecil opened a cupboard drawer, revealing a box of gold and silver rings with small gems encrusted. Can I ever make do? One of the financiers of this expedition sent along a box of these, in case it ever came up. Surprisingly, this is the first time. So, in memory of this occasion, Mr. Welding, Miss Peterson, I proclaim you both of you engaged. It'll do, chap, it'll do. And 5% extra base stability takes me up to a glorious 100% stability. Can't get better than that. But obviously it should drop whenever we go to war. And here we go. So Lanius cohort is demanding territory. And the territory they are demanding, if you look here, is basically the whole of what was Warden. So I'm going to deal with this by saying no. So within 10 days, they should declare war with me. And we can get this party started. Because NCR is holding on for now, but I need to get into the fight so I can help them out. And also I can core something. Camp Hayes, 47. That's nice and cheap. And we'll see what happens next. Alright, no war yet, but Wargaming Division is finished. Now I'm going to move on to expand the Special Forces. Rangers, Army Specialists, you name it. Who could always use more? We could always use more of them. Maybe a Force Colorado Recon is in order. That's actually not too bad. Add extended Special Forces, which grants my minimum capacity is going to go up by 20. Unfortunately, I don't get another free unit. Quite enough of those in the beginning of this playthrough. Unfortunately, I did lose 2 of the infantry units while I was fighting at war. Alright, so war is once against upon me. Lanius has justified and declared war on me because I remember I didn't give him this territory. So back into the fight again. Some other things I want to do is I want to core another state, and then I have enough money to buy from the gun runners. Now I'm doing this, remember, to increase my opinion of them. I want to get it to 80. So I'm buying the most expensive ones I can get, which means I want to get as much money as possible. And I can actually, yes, promote Robot Cities node and New Sterling, and this actually just increases the amount of money those nodes bring in. What else do we have? No, that's about it for now. Alright, basic Aquify is done. So I actually want to use this slot for something else. I want to get my CAS, because CAS is king. So I'm going to start researching that. Then I have an extra factory, and everything's in the green right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start another line of biplane fighters, and I will eventually turn, once I've researched the CAS, I will change this to CAS. The reason I'm doing this is just to get my production efficiency cap up a little bit more, so when I change it, I'll be able to have just a little bit of a head start, just something that works a little bit well. Then with that basic aquifer done, we can now go to the dome and let's start looking. I need to find, where is that water purification center? No. Yes, I required the basic aquifer for this, and this purification center needs to be fixed for a whole bunch of stuff. So, Geiger Silenced. The scientist pulls out a Geiger counter, waves it around in the air and waits. A pregnant pause fills the air, suspending this moment of import. Nothing. Blessed nothing. The rad scrubbers were working. Not a single blip of radiation was in the air supply. Not only that, but the rads were leaking into the water supply were gone too. Clean air, clean water. The dome was habitable again. After Presper, even that much was a miracle. The first step in a long line of repairs was finally done. Hopefully they will soon be able to repair the ZAX unit as well. This is an old adage that has never been more true than in this moment. No news is good news. And I get advanced aquifer. Alright. So now I want to go through and just recheck everything water-wise, because there's quite a few. Yep, here's another one. This is required. The purification center. So this is the well room. Waterlogged. Well, I have good news, the plumber said, approaching Goddard. This facility doesn't have to worry about water anymore. I thought we didn't have to worry about it once we finished fixing the water storage system. Goddard responded without looking back at him. But my innovation would make this facility run at 25% more efficiency, water-wise, of course. What do you want? A fancy lad snack cake? Get back to work, Goddard rolled his eyes dismissively. This facility will literally explode if I do not fix the ZAX computer, and you're talking about 25% more efficient water system when the water system we had was just fine. You're wasting my time. Goddard walked away to continue his work. Well, a bit ungrateful there, but okay. So now I get all my purification stations get increased plus 1 water supply. So that's good. That one I need. Yeah, I'm working on the power armor for that. That one needs no. I'm sure there's another water one. Okay, okay, I'll carry on digging around because I was sure there was another water one that I've missed. Oh, well, nothing for it. Oh, this. Now, this focus here, where is it now? Here. According to the focus tree, this is for me to get a war goal against Kaiser's Legion or Lanius' Legion. But now, and this is why I wanted to help out Lanius, so I can actually do this part of the focus tree. So this is actually bypassed because now I am at war with the faction, even though not directly against them yet. It'll come. I'm actually pretty damn strong. I didn't realize Lanius had so little units. Okay, and this is going to be some boost. This might be easier than I thought. Alright, so expand the special forces is done, and that now gives me the chance to do what I wanted to and remove that debuff. So reorganize the Steel Rangers. We're still a long way away from fully adapting to the realities of our Steel Rangers doctrine, but at least we're making progress. So arm experience minus 100, that's why I've kept it backed up. And now I'm going to get a whole bunch of boosts to my Special Forces divisions. So that's going to take 30 days. Let me just feed the ZAX another holodisk. And I now have 419 days. So it is working nicely. How much? Oh yeah, this is going quite well. And I'm actually starting to break into Lanius' territory. And this little section here, what I'm going to do with these guys is just put them on a breakthrough here. So they will push here, these guys will push down here, and then they'll eventually link up and join up with this armor group order. So let's send those guys off as well. Alright, simple servos is finished. So now I'm going to get the NCR salvage power armor. This is what I need to access that one room in the dome. Then I have some more arms factories, so I'm going to pop them onto this line here, just to get that boosted up. And then I've got 154, so I can use 50 of it to get some more perks to improve my infantry and my special forces. I really like how they've added more and more stuff in here. Alright, reorganize the steel ranges is done, so that is giving me some massive boosts to my special forces. Coordinated assault's done too. Now I'm going to move back up top here for the branch that's dedicated to fighting the Legion and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to deploy the Breakwater Battalion. The Breakwater Battalion will be our spearhead across the waterways of the land. 5 divisions of marine companies, so that's going to be new, fitting our Colorado Expeditionary Force template, will report for duty in the southern borderlands. Okay, so we're going to start that off. And then, oh yes, research-wise, right now I'm thinking of going mechanized warfare. Either the thing is, either one of these you're going to have to make more production. You're going to have to change your production, because for radios you're going to have to make a hell of a lot of portable radios. But also my special forces cap isn't that high, so I might need to supplement them with some armor, even though in 5.1 the tank's HP took a massive hit, got taken down by like 2/3. But right now I'm thinking of going mechanized. But while I'm deciding that, I'm going to jump across and start doing some more industry over here, and I want to get backyard workshops. This is for more recruitable population and more factory output. So there, what else we got? We have, okay, let's recycle some more hollow discs. And while we're talking about hollow discs, let me add another one onto the list. There we go. So now we are sitting at 449 days until the ZAX explodes. That's good. And let's buy some more gun runners. No. Yes. Okay. Right now I am really kicking Lanius's ass quite nicely, I must say. Oh, I finally have a terrain trait unlocked with my commanding officer, General Coleridge. So let me get improvisation expert to give more movement over land, and then when I can, I'll get logistics wizard as well. This is going very, very nicely, and these artillery pieces are doing some damn good work as well. Alright, triplane attacker is finished. I finally have some CAS, still basic. Now I have decided I'm going to go tanks. So first one I'm going to go for is motorization, just to unlock the rest of the tree. Now I've set up 2 production lines for fighters, so I'm going to leave this one alone, but this one at the bottom here that has the highest production efficiency, I'm going to change that one to triplane attacker, so we can start getting those guys out into the field. As you can see here, the claim jumpers have decided to go to war, or they're actually all going to war with each other over here. So these 4 are going to have a nice good old fight. We'll see who wins that one. And I can actually start boosting, getting some more perks. I don't need to save up that XP anymore. And I am doing some good work here across the river here. So now pushing them all the way down. What I'm going to do, and I'll show you later when we get to it, is when I get to, hold on. When we get to about this area, I'm actually going to split my army up. So 1 battalion will go down here. So probably that'll probably be second. 1st battalion will go down here, and about a handful of units I'll send up top there. So let's get these guys. First of all, let's change their template. Ooh, don't have enough infantry equipment or power armor. So I'm going to have to save that for now. Need to get my production up. What does a template actually look like? 12 widths? Oi. Okay, I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't. It's going to drain me of manpower. But I'm going to change it up anyways. Let's change it up. There's a lot of my manpower gone. Let's drop them here onto 2nd Battalion. And, oh, more factories. Now I'm running short a lot of guns. 75 days. Checking which ones takes the longest. Okay, let's put these arms factories. I've been adding more and more onto guns. Let's add another 5 there. Okay, can't call anything yet. But now, let's get a nice attacking boost. Secure the Rubicon. Though we may not have to cross the Colorado, crossing over the state will be our undertaken ordeal. Okay, so Torchbearers of Colorado. So Lanius Cohort defense bonus against country 10%, and Kaiser's Legion's defense bonus 10% for 180 days. Okay, so that's that done. Let's pop another hollow disk in here, and I'll carry on pushing south. Okay, secure the Rubicon is done. Now defense bonus, which it had a bit of an attack bonus as well. Can't carry on this branch of the tree just yet, so I'm going to move across, and I'm going to get, yes, I'm going to deal with the gunrunners. The gunrunners have been supporting the NCR over a century now. They're in it for themselves, but cooperation will only make us both stronger. So gunrunner contracts can make demolition equipment cheaper, infantry equipment cheaper to make, and also increases reliability in soft attack, and I get an extra arms workshop. So we'll start that off. Then what else? I can buy some more guns again. Yes, that one there. I wish this would actually stay open. What else? Okay, I can get more perks. And I have to change something because now they've reached this point and they've actually stopped fighting. Especially in this area here. So I'm going to delete this line there, and I'm going to tell them to carry on going there. Just want to keep them fighting. There we go. See, now they've all set off again. Motorization's done. Now let me get simple tracks. There we go. Deal with the gun runners finished. Now I want to get some research bonuses for my trucks. The Galansky family has been supporting us for a long time now. Though we've yet to confer upon them an official rank, they may as well form the heart of our motorized core. So 250% research bonuses, only for truck technology though, but at least it's something. And then, okay, let's just do this. Oh, I need 50 now. Okay. Save that up. Put in another hollow disk. Okay. And then now I need to deal with this over here. This is always a bit risky when doing these lines. So delete these ones and done that. Okay. And then I'm going to tell them to go start pushing north. How many? 4 divisions. So where's the other ones gone? 16. It's taken from the wrong damn group. See, this is a problem. So that's not going to work. Okay. Let's try something else. Okay.
Hello.
You guys.
Hey.
You 3. Okay, that's better. Then I can tell who else. Okay. Special Forces. Special Forces. Infantry. Tell them to go let's say here. Okay, so I can link those guys up there. Okay, so that's that line done. Then I actually want to delete. I'm going to keep it armor group order because this, if you look here, this is still considered one line, even though there's a river here. So I'm going to delete this and just tell 2nd Battalion to go this way. Okay, hopefully that should work. Okay, backyard workshops is done. I am on 0 manpower, so time to head back down to the bottom and do some crop rotations. And this will also give me the decision for grain solicitations, which is nice, getting your manpower back up. Now, surprisingly, the AI actually split this quite nicely the way I actually wanted it. 3 divisions are going to be pushing north to take that out, and then the rest are going to be heading down here. They did push me back here across the river, and I'm actually going to take advantage of that. So delete this here, then just 2nd Battalion on there. Offensive line pushing south, so set that up. Then I'm going to tell these guys here, I'm not doing a big, where I grab the whole unit, because then I'm going to mess it up. You guys can join. Actually, no, there might be a different way of doing this. Delete that. And tell them, go there. No one, no divisions. Okay. Let's take, I have to do this manually anyways. Take them there. Yes, I think they're all defaulted. Yeah, I think they're all defaulted to the north. These ones as well, and I'm just gonna have to manually see who goes to what line. Yeah, as time goes, I'll have to see who goes where, and then attach them to whatever the offensive line I want them to go. They are not doing well. I've just using the AI. I think I've encircled and taken out at least 10, if not more, of the units, and I'm growing up to 36. I've got a nice new special forces unit for my 2nd Battalion as well, so their stats are going to go up quite nicely as well. So simple tracks is finished, but that's not more important. Well, something I did forget to mention is that Lanius called in Genta de Sol to help them fight the war with me, and they've launched a naval invasion, the buggers. So thankfully one of my units is actually going through that, so they can take them out. I'm just going to push these guys here as well. You do nothing, you can go in there as well. So that's something I need to watch out for. Then, okay, simple tracks done. Improvised tanks, I can start the production of that. Let's boost my infantry with their organization. And I can't call anything, but I can buy some more guns. What's my opinion sitting at now? 56. This will take it up to 61. So what, 4 more purchases and I can have that option unlocked. Manpower is going back up again, which is nice. And yeah, carry on pushing. I should have left it running because a day later unofficial motorized core is finished. Now I want to get Project Water Carrier, but I need to research stim packs for the getting inside Boulder Dome. So I wanted that to go as fast as possible, so I'm going to get First Aid Bitter Tonic. The bitter drink is an invention of the Twin Mothers tribe. They say the Legion adopted it too. If we could embrace this tonic as well, it would increase the survivability of our troops. So 250% research bonuses for medical technology. I have another infantry unit. Oh, the 7th. That's one of my units that got taken out, so they've been resurrected. Things are going okay here. Push me back here, but I know as soon as I get them down this side of the world, I'm going to absolutely annihilate them. First Aid Bitter Tonic is done. So now I'm going to head back down here, and I'm going to do Project Water Carrier. This is actually one of the code names for tanks back in World War One. But yes, the Golansky Garage was a surprise special project planned. Tanks. Apparently they're going to repurpose some old water trucks into something with a lot of plating on it. So spearhead tactics, vehicle technology research speed plus 15%, that's nice. Tank organization and attack goes up. Attack 7.5 and organization 5%, which is good because tank organization is not the best. Now I can finally call Dome City. Very good. That's a nice place to call. Can't buy any more guns. Let's grab nothing. Let's not grab anything. Now, 2nd Battalion is pushing faster than 1st. Obviously, they're weaker here. I'm not going to slow them down. Instead, what I'm doing is I've actually started doing some manual attacking so I can get like these divisions to actually rejoin down here. I don't want to let off on my attack because Lanius is very quickly going the way of capitulation. And I have pulled 2 units off the north just to help the attack in the south as well. Cache de Sol will be mine very soon. Okay, so got even better power armor now, but this also means that I can unlock another room in the dome. I think it was, yes, 2nd floor. I meet the requirements for the power armor, so let's go. One man's dream. The last plate was placed onto Chief Engineer Armstrong's power armor. This would be the most advanced suit the NCR had the means to reproduce alone. The general, of course, was eager to see the progress made on the suit, not knowing it was already finished and ready to be tested. The designer drifted off to sleep, a small nap before his scheduled meeting, where he dreamed of his work immediately being put into production. I want as many suits of this made as possible. And this actually unlocks the T45D power armor. So that's 2 for the price of 1. Okay, but now I need to, next thing I need to actually research is Stimpaks. So I did the focus. These 2 have research bonuses. So I'm going to get that going. 45 days is not going to be bad. And then where is my, here we go. Better power armor. So this should be the best power armor I can produce. Something I want to mention is that I have started creating a new navy. I have been producing light ships the whole time. So I've got 15 here in the north. They are currently exercising so I can get some naval experience. But now that I have the port of Mystery Caves over here, I have started a 2nd one. I'm doing this so I can try bring down the chances of being navally invaded, because the enemy needs to have 100% naval supremacy to do a naval invasion. So that's why I'm trying to bring that number down. I've got 100% now, so hopefully that will keep any naval invasions away from stabbing me in the back. I've set up a template, if you want to call it that. So what it is you can go to your task force editor here, you put how many ships you want, and then you can save it. I've saved mine as patrol squadron. Currently it's just 15 light ships. So as they produce, they'll automatically reinforce into what is now the 2nd squadron. You can see here I've got 1 out of the 15 required ships. So I'm doing that on the side just to try and keep chance of naval invasion down. And also something I want to say is, now that I've got that T45 power armor, the next focus I'll be doing when this one's done is now I can actually do this focus here, which I wasn't actually sure I was going to be able to do. Okay, Project Water Carrier is done. They gave me some good boosts to my tanks when I get them. Now, like I said, I'm going to do first batch of prototype armor. The most misplaced character in the dome was Dr. Armstrong, an engineer with a vision for advanced power armors and high technical circuitry systems. How this dream of a soldier ended up in a facility mainly researching medical remedies will be a mystery forever, but his work will be completed by us. 500 units of T45D power armor coming to me in 30 days. That will be most welcome. Now I actually want to do something. First of all, let me buy some more guns from the gun runners to get my opinion up. I see 80 for that, so let's just do common ballistic weaponry there. Okay, so that will get me up to what, 66 or something now. And then I actually want to be a bit bold, and I want to start training another infantry unit. There we go. PC's running a bit slow for some reason right now. I really need to get my numbers up, because if I'm planning on taking on the Legion just now, I need more numbers. Okay, things are running better now. Crop rotation is done. Now I'm still under 1,000 because I've decided to get some increase my army, so I'm going to do irrigation just to get another 500 more manpower. Okay, here's my first set of tanks done. Now I'm going to research. Look at the scrap trucks. Let's boost that up, and now let's put these guys into production. Let's put them yeah, let's put them right here under power armor. Oop, not other way around. There we go. Maximum 15, and let's create a nice tank template, shall we? So starting off, organization is frankly terrible, 10. These guys aren't going to be fighting for long, but hopefully I can get them up, give them some unique names. And now let's slap on just straight motorized infantry. Okay, 27.6. If I take one off, add on another 2. Okay, 40.2. Okay, that is... Okay, don't like you, so we're going to go back to that. Alright, this is what I'm going to use for now. If I can get my organization up higher, I will take these 2 motorized infantry out and slap on another tank, just so I can get better stats. But right now I want organization up so they actually can fight for something decent. Or should I just use them as breakthrough? 27.6. The difference here in the breakthrough is a lot, but this also does make them quite expensive at 80. Okay, I'm going to make these for now. No. Organization first. Organization first. Get that up. Everything else will follow. And this will be cheaper. Yes, okay. We'll see about changing later on, but for now, this is the template I'm going to use, and I'll probably slap on some motorized stuff. If you're doing any kind of tank or motorized template, always use the motorized versions of the support companies, because if you use the normal ones, your speed gets taken down quite a lot, which is something you don't want. Let's go slap that on, and let's start training these guys straight away. Where is my... There's my capital. Phew. All the way up top there. Okay, refined mixture done. Next step is stim packs. Also only 40 days. And very soon I'll take out this last pocket. I can make a armory group order along here to finish off Lanius' cohort. We're doing quite well here in the north as well. I think they literally only have this one unit left before I've taken up this northern part of the territory as well. Alright, now that I have a lot more of that beautiful power armor, there's something I want to do that I'm actually quite excited to show, and that is Vae Victus. They aren't vanquished yet, but they will be. So I'm going to release the Red Sun Republic as a puppet, and it will join me in the war against Kaiser's Legion. Which I'm not actually a war against them yet, but okay. So what's going to happen here, our army will supply rebels on on the other side of the river. Even if we don't control Red Sun City, they will rise up and join the Red Sun Republic. Our new ally will kick Legion armies outside the city and spawn with 4 militia units. So I'm going to start that off. What that's going to happen is this here, Castrol, Robram, and Red Sun City. This is going to become what's going to start off as a nice little puppet state for us, and we'll actually, once we control more territories, we'll be able to give them more and more land with these two focuses. But that's obviously quite a way down the line for now. These guys are going nicely, and now that I've joined up my army group order here, this is basically, they are all but done for. Probably just need white sands or maybe the pass as well, and then I'll have enough victory points to take out Lanius' legion. Alright, so great news. Lanius is gone. I am, however, still at war because they called, who was it? Gendered a soul into war against me. So can't rest on my laurels. I do want to help the NCR out because as you can see, they've crossed here, and generally once the Kaiser crosses into the NCR territory, they start to collapse quite quickly. But I am not foolish enough to think that I can take on Kaiser directly on my own. So for my part in the war effort, I am going to go against Navarro over here. Kaiser will probably join in the war with me, but my thinking is this. This crossing here is about to become a puppet state, who, if I keep neutral, will make sure that border crossing is secure. The only other land crossing is here, single tile, quite easily for me to defend against. Whereas here I can make a decent attack across, push out, and I can maybe try push in here from the north, but I'm going to be doing it very cautiously. Basically what I want to try and do is make an impact so I can draw Kaiser's troops away from the west, bring them to me in the east so that NCR can push back and they can actually do most of the work. So Navarro, let's do a justification against you. Where is, I want their capital. There, New Navarro, there we go. Okay, so 17 political power, 85 days. I'm going to start prepping, and I've got some ideas. I think I'm going to change my army setup a little bit for the coming war ahead. Alright, stim packs are done. So next thing I'm going to move on to is getting some platoon training. This is going to give all my divisions plus 5% more organization. So that means everybody can fight for a bit longer, especially my tank template, which remember is a bit low on the organization side. This also means that I can go back to, now where is it now? Yes, Stimpaks. So the code protocol research facility, we can enter that, and challenge, opportunity, discipline, ethics. Well, how would you like it if they scooped out your fucking brain and put it in a jar? Matchbox grumbled, taking another long draw on his cigarette. Well, they're immortal, right? They're literally put in this gel taken directly from Stimpaks. It's like to live forever, the other pilot pointed out. Yeah, sure, you live forever until a bullet goes right through your chassis. See, this is why you put us out here, Rook. It's because you don't think. Besides, if you're inside one of those things, what do you even have to live for at that point? Can't drink booze, can't eat food, hell, can't even take a shit. Matchbox shivered before the cold wind. They're cutting-edge medical technology, Rook pointed out. Yeah, cutting-edge technology from before the war. Only just now figured out how to stuff the poor suckers in. Matchbox put out his cigarette on the side of the dome. I swear, Rook, scientists take it so long asking if they can do something and not enough time if they should do something. That's why the bomb was created after all, right? So what I'm going to get here is a 2-year time reduction penalty and a 50% research bonus on 1 times medical technology. Okay, nothing great there. Okay, I think I've unlocked everything here except for I need engine advancements for here and high-powered optics for these two. This is not a priority for me because right now these two researchers are not high on my priority list. Got a couple of days before the next focus is done, so let me explain what I've done with my army. I have actually taken 10 units off what is now 2nd Division and put them on, created 2 new units being 3rd and 4th Division. So 4th Division is going to be down here in the south. I'm also constructing 2, well, the first one's done already, 2 bunkers here to assist defense. Now that Ve Victus is done, you can see here is our nice new puppet state, who I'm not going to call into the wall. And 3rd Division is going to be here, and they're going to be a bit of a reaction force in case I get any more naval invasions. And also, if somehow Red Sun here does get called into war, I've got something ready to defend. Then my remaining troops are set up here in the north. They'll just do a push straight across into here, and that is coming in also on the 4th of November. So we can, what do we have here? Clamp down autonomy. Now I always turn this off. I do not like it personally, so I turn that off. Now next focus. Now I don't have, I did buy some guns without recording. I think my opinion is now 71, so I've still got a while until I can get that. So instead I'm going to appoint Californian mayors. There's more than a few statesmen back home that would love to come out to the frontier, have another shot at politics. We've got more than enough towns and mud huts for them to have a crack at fixing up. Reducing coring costs in every state in Colorado and South Wyoming by 20%, and I'm going to get a event. Okay, some great news here. Not only are my scrap trucks finished researching, I'm going to go for return rolls, mainly because tanks lost quite a lot of HP. I think it was like 2/3 of the HP in update in 5.1, so this is going to give some awesome HP back to the tanks to help them survive for longer. But also, you can see here, Navajo has changed its name to the Navajo Nation, which means they've left Kaiser's Legion's faction. So I am no longer interested in justifying against them, although it still says that they are at war with them, even though they're not in the faction. Hold the phone. Did I just make... No, they're not involved here. Let's just double check this. Their current wars, NCR against the Legion, Genta de Sol, Royo. Let's check this one here. Oh, damn it. So they're not in the faction, but they are at war. Although Eureka seems to be at war with them as well for some unknown reason. Okay, well, I've already cancelled the justification. They're not going to be able to get called in on their own. So I am going to go all in, and I am going to declare on Kaiser. Where is Flagstaff? I always like to justify on the capital, but I'm not seeing it yet. They've got so many victory points. There's Flagstaff. 1575 days. Okay. Bit of research here. How are they doing here? I see they are pushing in there a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to move all my troops down here. I haven't decided. I might take these 5 and guard here, but I don't think it's necessary. Oh, I need to put my trucks into production. There we go. Okay, I need to sort out this a little bit, because as you can see here, nothing's producing trucks. Okay, I'll work on this. make sure that I'm actually making some trucks, and we'll see what happens soon. Lovely, lovely, lovely. More manpower irrigation is finished. Now, rapid prototyping will give me more recruitable population and output, and refined tools at the same time, and that increases my efficiency cap. I'm going to go for rapid prototyping mainly so I can get this recruitable population factor as early as possible. And if we wait another day, we can actually move on to what is the one of the main goals of this episode, and that is to finally get ZAX technology. 532 days still to go of this episode, and now that we know how much that is, let's have a look here. 614 days until the dome goes under, so I no longer need to actually add in any more what's what I'm looking for, hollow discs to keep the ZAX from imploding or exploding on itself. Okay, let's find out about greeting some locals. Peter McDowell had tried many times to be the mayor of Reading. Every time he had failed. His best result was the election of 72, where he got 5% of the vote. Now had been handed a perfect opportunity by the good Mr. Coleridge, and he wasn't going to waste it. He'd really forgotten the name of his dusty hamlet he had been handled. Didn't matter much. They'd rename it to something better, like Kimball. No, that was already one of those. Now, don't you folks worry. Peter walked with the clearly starstruck locals through the middle of town. I'm a nice guy. Could have proved it to the whole of Reading if they'd let me, but I guess you guys will be the first to experience the McDougal mayority, won't ya? Okay. He let out a laugh. They did not laugh with him. Nerves, surely. Anyway, it was a long trip, and I could use me a shower. You guys got to have a crude one set up here somewhere, right? He knew he couldn't expect showering facilities like back home, but they had to have clean water to get clean somehow, right? But the confused look of the locals' faces, Peter was getting the distinct impression there was no such amenity. We'll just have to live with it. So, plus 10 political power, that's no biggie. I want the coring cost reduction, which is nice. Oh, I was a bit silly. I got a whole bunch of money, and I took new citizen care package to try and get my resistance down, and I neglected to buy some more guns. And I don't want to waste getting only one point in my opinion up with the gun runners. I'd rather wait up and get 5 at a time. Now, so that's not done. So now let me do, yes, less stability, max factories, compliance gain is nice. Actually, either one of these are quite good. I'm going to get rid of the Lost Expedition because that's been a debuff I've had the entire playthrough so far. Almost California. There are more than enough people here that were close enough, shall we say. Settlers reminiscent of Shady back in the day. We'll just have to help them over that hurdle into becoming Californian sons and daughters. So remove Lost Expedition, which means my stability goes up by 10%. Resistance target also goes down by 10%. That's nice. Growth speed goes down. Required garrisons goes down. And my daily compliance gain goes up as well. So that's a good start. Okay, return rollers is done, and so is platoon training. Now I want to set this up nicely, so I think it's time I get some new guns. So service rifles it is, and then for the tanks, let's see how we're doing here. All those are done. Should I get a boost here? Or should I get a boost here? No. Let me get a boost here because I don't actually have any tanks yet. So demolitions it is. I prefer this over reliability because you can always just make more. But this gives me more soft attack, more hard attack, and more piercing. So volatile explosives it shall be. Then I've been meaning to do this over and over again. As you can see, I'm just fighting off a little naval invasion as I planned with 3rd Division. Would be nice if they're a little bit stronger, but it is what it is. But let's dish out some traits actually. when this decides to open. There we go. Okay, so 2 traits. I'm just going to get 1 for now. Let me get Mysterious Stranger for infantry attack and defense. Actually, I'm not going to get much special forces, so let me get Gun Nut to boost my fire teams as well. And I'll probably do the same. Okay, he's only got 1, so he can just have Mysterious Stranger. There we go. So that's all the boosts given. Waiting a little bit more money so I can buy some more guns. Almost California's done, and you can see stability's gone up by another 10%, so that's great. Now let me go for, what do we have here? Stability, research, no. Okay, bring over the Californian dream. It's your dream now, 2 good citizens. So add the State Department, more stability, more factories, trade deal opinion factor, not worried about. More daily compliance gain, that's nice. So now this has actually gone up by 0.05 by doing these 2 focuses, so that's good stuff. Then I have about 3 weeks until my justification is done against Kaiser, so I'm going to stop training up my troops so they can get their planning up, and I'm actually going to put them on careful. Before I forget, remember my plan here is, there's no way I'm going to win against Kaiser attacking with only 29 divisions, but if I can suck enough away that they can stop this advance and push back themselves, that will be a good thing. The NCR must actually stop being at war with so many freaking people. Look here, they're at war with Eureka, Kaiser's Legion. It's absolutely madness. And according to this, they are still at war with is what now Dane Tay, which is annoying, but they must stop that nonsense and concentrate on Kaiser. Alright, so while I am facing off against another naval invasion, actually right here at Red Sun, so I had troops there already, my justification against Kaiser is good to go. So, no time to waste, let's send these guys in. Remember, I'm going cautiously. I want to draw them out, and I'm really hoping they don't call anybody in against me, because that will be bad. I've had to pull these guys up here because I've got a raid incoming from the claim jumpers. AI is quite stupid. They're busy losing to the ciphers, but they still want to have a border raid against me. Well, that's not my problem. Let's hope this war goes off as I plan. I've got to say, these guys are relentless. Launched 2 naval invasions, one here just to the south of my little puppet, and then another one just to the north. So they're fighting that off. I have double checked the faction list, and Diantai here are not part of Kaiser's Legion, so I am feeling pretty safe now that the ciphers have taken out the claim jumpers. I have pulled, I'm going to pull 4th Division down to join here, so my lines are a little bit longer. I'm going to keep 3rd here as my backup still. I don't want to put everything in one basket. Now, next focus I'm going to go for is, I don't like this one. Although my construction, although a lot of the stuff does go up quite a lot. I'm actually going to go for more stability, get my stability back to 100% with teach the Pacific dialect. Say it with me, Colorado is a Californian territory. So base stability plus 10%, and I get a nice little research bonus. That's cool. Let me make my special forces a little bit better. So pop that one on there. My plan of having a navy here to try and fight off naval invasions is not working, unfortunately. I have taken a glimpse of when I have seen their fleet, and they have 7 heavy ships, and I'm only sporting light ships, so that's probably why they're not engaging, even though they're on patrol. And I only have 11 here, but maybe I can make another fleet and they'll start to build up and can actually scare the enemies off, so I can stop these damn naval invasions. Okay, volatile explosives done. Back to trucks now. I want to get tire profile. So this time I can increase the defense of my vehicles who traditionally have very bad defense and give them more HP. So I'm going to do that. I did buy some more guns, so now my opinion is 76 for the gun runners. One more time and I can take the focus I've been waiting so long for. Now fighting off once again another naval invasion with my guys here, and I am making some good progress here, even though I'm advancing on careful, but NCR is still getting pushed back, so I don't know. I hope I haven't got myself in trouble here, but I really didn't have much of an option because Gentle de Sol was at war with me, so it wasn't like I was at peace anyways. Let's just hope the NCR can turn this around. Alright, so Pacific dialect taught. Let's just move on to, I want to try actually increase my diplomacy distance because due to our distance apart, I cannot for some reason even ask for a non-aggression pact with the NCR. So I'm hoping maybe, just maybe, this could do the trick. So host radio shows from the Boneyard. Half of them are too fantastic, are fascinated with the introduction of radio that they might just forget they're being instructed by a greater culture. And we're going to get listening to Boneyard Radio, which grants diplomacy distance factor plus 20% and a research bonus for radar technology, which is something I can do once I've finished this damn ZAX computer. Still 413 days to go until that one's finished. Okay, rapid prototyping is done. That's the end of my production line that I can do. Now I'm going to finish off these two here. First of all, refine tools. Again, this increases my production efficiency cap and its growth. So research that, and I'm pleased to announce my first tank unit is ready. So that's going to be slapped onto 2nd Division here, and hopefully they can do some good. Right, well, I'm quite happy to get service rifles, considering the fact we started off with pipe guns. Now I want to get patrol armor, upgrade my special forces equipment just a little bit more, and we need to pop these guys into production. While I'm here, let me just give a little update. I am pretty good on everything right now. So I am now just mainly trying to get my aircraft up. You might actually get to a point now where you actually don't really need factories, and then you can just right click and remove the notification and just keep those factories, you know, like in the background if you actually need them. But yeah, production is going as you'd expect for a couple of years into the game. Production is going quite well now. So radio shows from the Boneyards finished. Now I have the chance now finally to get my last little bit of weapons. So there we go there. My opinion is now 81, which means I can move on and do finally local branch of the gunrunners. Who cares if they aren't officially gunrunners? The bear barely cares what happens out here anyways. So replace gunrunner contracts with gunrunners Colorado branch. So ballistic weapons research speed plus 50%. Unfortunately, I've basically done all that already. Support research speed plus 15%. That's nice. This is what I'm after here. Fighting weaponry minus 10%. Demolition equipment minus 5% production cost, and soft attack for infantry equipment goes up. Sterling gets 3 new arms factories, and more importantly, I will be able to get, no, wrong one, here, the Colorado Gunrunners Colorado branch. I actually kind of wish now I hadn't researched service rifles, because now they won't get that, but I might get lucky. And quite often with nations that only get intermediate warfare tech, you have an option via your decisions to unlock your the first level of sophisticated. Doesn't always happen, but maybe I'll get lucky. And let me now, also before I forget again, oh, look at all my air experience. Okay, I am a massive fan of decisive engagement. It's my personal favorite for that for air doctrine. And now I want to, while I'm here, I want to get some vehicle text. I want to get this because here, supply use. Vehicles use a lot of supply, just like power armor does. So I can take that down a good couple of notches. This seems to be the current favorite place of gentle assault to be navally invading me. So I might actually leave 3rd Division down here just to cover it up. On this side, Kaiser is slowing down their advancement, but they haven't been turned back yet. So hopefully my plan to try and take the pressure off works. But yeah, of course Murphy's Law would say as soon as I've told you guys that they are focusing naval invasions down here, now they are launching another one in the north. So I'm moving 3rd Division back up there. Tile profiles done. Let me get Wasteland Tank. Let me just get the top unit. These are quite expensive. Let me get it done quickly so I can set it up for production and it just carry on running. Just over a year until ZAX technology is finished. And we can fix this damn ZAX computer. And I am actually involved in my first naval battle, which seems to be going my way so far. And I can actually set up a 3rd squadron. So let me just show you how I do that. So here's my fleet. Pop it in there. You will now become, hold on, there. So I'm naming these things squadrons. So this will now be 3rd squadron. Symbol, let's go for clubs. There we go. And now because I want to always put it on automatic spill off. So once they get damaged, they'll return to be repaired. And let me click auto reinforcement, and I need to choose my template, which is the patrol squadron, so 15. So what will happen now is as they get built, they'll go here and automatically get sucked in, and if any get damaged, they'll be reinforced from this pool. So that's done. And now let's give these guys an order just to patrol here. There we go. Let's see. I'll actually want to see if I actually win this naval invasion here. This is against Kaiser's navy. So you guys have caught me a bit of a difficult time here. Literally, I took my eye off the ball for a moment, and I think these are 2 Sun units. Came right up across the river here, and have actually blocked off my only supply route to my entire army. So I am trying to keep things in order. I'm going to try to reverse them and get them to go back. Actually, no, this might not work. Let me instead cancel an army order and set it up like this. 4th breakthrough there, go, and 2nd also do a breakthrough there, and then 1st will hopefully just fall back nicely. Local branch of the gunrunners is done, and that means I can, oh, I got it for free. Nice. I need to have a look at these. I haven't really looked into the new laws and stuff like that. Don't want to mess with it. Instead, national focus. I don't like this, but I want to get, rip off the band-aid, and let's do open up the free market. The freer the market, the freer the people, as they say. But let's be real, it's also really profitable for us. So this is going to change my trade law, and basically this is the thing I don't really like, is I'm going 40% of my resources going to market. It's currently 25, so I have to see how that goes. But right now, I need to make sure that my guys can get resupplied. Here's my new unit. They can attack in there. And, oh, this is what happens when you take your after ball. Alright, things are going a little bit pear-shaped right now. I've actually just cancelled all orders and I've put them on a defensive on this river and just trying to pull everyone back. I haven't lost any units yet, but I have lost my artillery piece from 1st Division. So things not going as planned right now. Also, changing up to from, where is it now? Trade Lord there. From changing from discard traders up to open traders, I am now short 98 scrap metal and 39 water. But luckily I have some political power to spare because I do not want to stay here. So going back up to discouraged traders. And to be honest, I didn't realize I was actually that close to the edge. So I am going to actually do one of these here. Smelt down the rubble. From wrecked lab to abandoned workshop, a huge portion of the dome is in dire disrepair and we cannot save everything. The damaged machines can be reformed though and recycled and reused. So out of 23 scrap metal in Dome City, I can call estate Fort Morgan. Brilliant. I'm still wanting to call what used to be, geez, I've gone a long way south, the Dog City area, so I can make that my new capital. What else? NCR want docking right. Yes, please. I want to make good relations with them. I still, let me double check. They're holding here. They started to push back. I just want to double check. I still can't. Oh, yes, join on a... Okay, I'm going to... if it happens, I'm going to do straight away. I'm going to allow them to have military access if I can. Offer military access. I have to wait a day. We'll try that one out. And I've got a decision. Decision is full. I can do here. Well, I can do grain solicitations as well. So military signing bonus, yes. Grain solicitations, yes. These are to get my manpower up. So I'm below 1,000 again. What else we got? Let's make tanks a little bit better, and I think got some air doctrine. I never go for the ones with debuffs. Keeping it. Oh, and I got naval doctrine as well. Let's focus right now on my light ships down here in the center. So let's go with that one first, because I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything else right now. Oh, they're attacking here as well. Good on you, NCR. But now I just need to get my guys back here without losing, and I've got an attack here, the naval invasion in the north here as well. Ah, damn it. This is not going well right now. Okay, things are going slightly better, but still not great. Let's get this out of the way first. Patrol armor done. Over here, I don't want to push onto this right now. I want to get some better support equipment. I'm going to go for grenade rifles first. To get, no, actually no, I'm fighting a bit more defensively. Let me get the heavy machine guns. Let's do that one instead. Better for what I need right now. And then where is, here we got Pioneer kits now to recon armor. There, I have lost one infantry unit so far from 1st Division. And a lot of them are actually cut off right now, so I'm afraid I'm going to lose a lot more, but I'm still doing my best to get them out. The problem is I don't have any harbors here when I start to withdraw, and right now I am getting a bit swamped, but I'm still holding out for victory. I've contained this in the north. I've still got 3rd on defensive here to get the coastline, and I'm using 4th just to try keep them contained from pushing out. This is one thing with when facing Kazos, when they start do something like that, they are absolutely relentless. NCR still holding off here. I have not been able to let them move through my territory for some reason, but they've let me move through theirs. So it's the best I can get out of that right now. Alright, wasteland tanks is done. Best I can get. Now I want to move on to salvage trucks. So let's get that out the way. 2 days to refine tools. Under a year left for ZAX technology. And let me start pumping out these tanks. Okay, got 10 in the bank, so that's good. They can start upgrading. I'm carrying on adding more factories here. Wow. I actually didn't need to do this focus, but it's too late to stop it now. Because when you change it, I go up to 104. Oh, I'm just going to have more resources. I have almost finished sorting out this problem here, and my troops are coming down nicely in the south. Okay, refined tools is done. Now let me do the last one here, advanced tools. Just get these all out the way. Then I'm going to start moving on to my land doctrine, I think, or back to my land doctrine rather. No naval invasion, so I'm pushing fourth up here. And I'm actually going to, now that I've got my guys back across, I'm going to be moving them up here, and maybe I'll try to push out from this area instead, and then just guard the southern border. That's what I'm thinking about right now. Okay, smelting down, the rubble's done. That was a bit of a pointless focus, but it did its job. Now I'm going to adhere to the water standard. The water standards acts require us to keep enough water reserve for statutory purposes. So get those tankers filled up. So Camp Firefly and Outpost Algonquin or whatever is going to get a purification station and an extra building slot as well. I did call another state, so that's starting to come along nicely. Still not affecting my population, that's a bit low. I'm still moving my troops up and down to get them ready in for, let's call it my next push. Okay, adhere to the water standard, done. Now, I haven't actually said what I'm moving towards, and I'm moving towards here, returning home to join the NCR. I will have a problem because I need to take out Ubros first, so I'm going to focus on doing these outside three first. I'm going to work from left to right. So first I'm going to adopt the NCR's laws. You've got the obvious laws that everyone understands, but let me tell you a little thing about our tax codes. Extra 120 political power, which may come in useful because I'm starting to core. I just cored North Denver, and I'm going to get the event breaking the law as well. And I have my first naval battery result, and unfortunately it was a defeat. Okay, that was it. Dismiss that. So they set up there. These guys are set up here. I am not 100% sure if I can. I don't want to call. I'm not actually sure if these guys have been called into the war or not yet, because it's got a 0% score there, but they haven't done anything. So I'm going to try push out from here. If it doesn't work, I'm actually just going to send at least maybe just first division and fight here and actually go help them on this side. But I am a bit hesitant. They seem to be holding here a bit. They lost Barja down in the south a bit, but they really are pushing this quite a bit. I don't know why the NCR is having so much problems, because they have a very big numerical advantage. One thing that's annoying me with the AI is they have declared war on the Yakuza. They are also still fighting Eureka over here, and they've declared those two wars after they went to war with Khazar's Legion. So the AI's priorities are not the best. Oh, and unfortunately I lost another artillery piece. Awesome. Heavy machine guns finished. Let me now get the grenade rifles and put these into production. Yes, that'll go nicely. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't, so they aren't actually at war. I couldn't launch up against them, and I don't want to call them in unnecessarily. So, and also, I don't want to run the risk of sending my guys over here and the NCR does something stupid, whereas they see, because what the AI does sometimes, if I send my guys here, they'll pull their troops off this line and leave me stranded here. So I don't want to do that either. So what I'm going to do instead is go back to what I tried previously, except I'm just going to do it a bit more carefully. So I'm busy moving the troops now Looks like another naval invasion is kicking off there, and I can actually add on a trait here. So he's got gun nut, got mysterious stranger. What do I want to give him? I don't have any special forces for him. He's defensive, so let me give him rooted. Let's give him rooted. That will help. Mobile assault weaponry done. Let's get those salvage trucks I was talking about so I can have that into production. Then, what doctrines available? Land doctrine? No, I am... Yeah, actually I can. No, I'm only focusing on these guys for now, so that's going to have to wait. And fighting off another naval invasion. My troops are in position here. So I'm only going to go out with first and second this time. I'm going to leave fourth here to guard that border crossing there so I don't get cut off again. Bit of a safety net. Send these guys off. And let's see what round 2, how that goes. Okay, round 2 is going pretty damn well, but I've learned from my mistakes, so I am still advancing carefully. Grenade rifles is also finished, so now I'm going to move on to rocket launchers. Let's put these things into production. Couple of things I have picked up. One of the reasons for my troops not being trained very quickly is power armor. That is what I'm short of. I need 100 and they're 165, 35 for reinforcements and 130 for deployments. So I need to pick up production there. I can call 3 states starting from the most expensive. And we'll work our way until we run out of political power. There we go. What else? Oh, I found out about what's going on with the Red Sun Republic here. They are at war, but only with Gente de Sol. That happened way back when I was fighting Lanius, and just before Lanius died, he called Gente de Sol, and so they were at only war with Gente de Sol. That's why they keep on naval invading them here, but they're not at war with Kaiser, and I'm going to keep it that way. Yeah, that's about that. I'm going to carry on pushing, try to get some victory points here, and at some point I'm hoping that the NCR will link up with me here, and they seem to have finished their war with the Yakuza. Hopefully the AI doesn't start any other stupid wars, and we can get Kaiser's Legion and his buddies dealt with. Okay, so the borders are open. That's given a nice boost to population for those 3 states there. Now I want to move on to... I think I'm going to go for adhere to military law here. This is going to change up my army training from wasteland survival training to mercenary training instructors for free. Only thing I'm going to lose here is my training will take 5% longer. Not really concerned about it right now, it's more the equipment, but I will basically get 2.5%, so I'll be doubling my division organization from this in this respective here. The justify war goal time I'm not too worried about, because I'm using the focus tree to get my war goals. So here we go. An officer has certain obligations. Let's start that off. And what I am now doing is I'm actually starting to send my troops on just individual runs just to grab some small victory points to try push this war more and more in my favor. Alright, that's my salvage trucks. Now, well, remember I chose these over the salvage cars because they've got better defense. These are all now passive bonuses to boost my vehicles, but I'm going to leave that alone for now. I'm running out of focus tree options I want to take, and the one I want to move towards for a focus tree option is engine advancement. So I'm going to go for lightweight materials here, give a bit of a boost to my aircraft. Then let's make those salvage trucks, and I'm starting to get some extra factories. So what I'm going to do is power armor is what I'm running short of. So let me add 5 in here. So that will take care of that. Okay, advanced tools is done. So that is all my production ones set up. I'm quite happy with my construction speed right now. Something I've been doing with that, I've got 4 full stacks of construction. So I am actually currently all my areas that I own that have resources, I am building maximum infrastructure just to get more resources, and then when I build factories later, they will get built faster. I'm not building anything in my puppet here, I'm going to leave them alone. What I want to jump across with here is I want to get back onto my doctrine. I was thinking about going mechanized, but at this rate I'm never going to have enough, so I'm going to get trooper warfare. I want to get probably these two, specifically this one, so I can start building my portable radios, because right now this handy tooltip here says I am short about 1,900 portable radios that I need to equip, and as I get more troops that is going to obviously increase. So trooper warfare, I'm going to start off there. Now I'm just also trying to make my lines a bit more even, because doing this will actually help spread my troops a bit more evenly, so I can use them to take places like what's this, white signal over there, just get a few more victory points. NCR is pushing back very nicely in the Mojave here. Quite happy to see that. This, they've joined up there, haven't made much more of a push towards me over here, but I'm just happy that they are pushing them back, because I know once they take Flagstaff, I'm not going to be able to do that, but once they take Flagstaff, this is pretty much over, and then we just need to finish off Tucson and Genta de Sol. I don't think they've got any other allies. I haven't called down tie-in. That's okay. And I'm beginning to get worried about Thunderbirds. They have taken out Vault City, and we know that they are going to be driving towards Sac City for their focus tree. So this needs to, Kaiser's Legion's war needs to be over as fast as possible. And you have joined me as I've just made a colossal mistake. I got a warning about a naval invasion here in Sierra Diablo, down here, and I unfortunately moved my entire armor group to defend here. So now I actually need to put them back all over again. So you guys, you still need to come defend down there. Take that one off. You guys can stay exactly where you are. And now let me put my offensive line. Let me try drive here towards 3 roads. Try force some kind of connection up with the NCR. Still only doing this carefully, and I can call what's it, Mahuk line. Okay, so adhere to military law is done. Criminal law, I have not bothered with right armor at all. So I want to get adopt the NCR dollar. Oh, I didn't show it. Let me show it to you now. The reason I'm going for engine advancements is so I can get sophisticated air tech. To do that, I have to fix the rocket research lab. Bags, there's always these, you got to do this before you can do that, before you can do the next thing. And to fix rocket research labs, I need engine advancements. So that's why I'm going towards engine advancements. I must say, it is quite nice that I have built up this, where is it now? My lead by doing recycling all this hard disk, because still 269 days until the ZAX computer needs to be fixed, and we are currently sitting at 173 days until this machine is done. And then once that ZAX is fixed, we can finally end this episode. So focus tree wise, right now, let me go back to, let me adopt the NCR dollar. So we've got a whole case of Tandies with Colorado's name on it. So bottle caps are going to change NCR dollars. Stability is plus 5%. Okay. Tariff income 10%. Okay. I'm losing some passive income, but I'm going to get a flat deposit of 100,000 that will become NCR dollars. So I'm going to start that out right now. I am on 32.8 and I get 173,000 every 3 months. So that's okay. This I'm going to watch. And of course I need to watch this naval invasion as well. Well, this is now not good. Not only did I lose a couple of victory points here because of my silly mistake, which I've made more than once, but as I was worried, the Thunderbirds have declared on the NCR just as they were making some really good progress against the Legion. I'm hoping they don't stop pushing here, because with my, okay, now 47 units, I can do very little against the mess that is Kaiser's Legion and his buddies. I can just try to suck these units off that I have and destroy what I can here with these naval invasions. Gonna have to hope for the best. Okay, so rocket launchers means more armor is going to be, oh sorry, means more armor destroyed. Now I want to do basic infantry equipment, because even though I don't have sophisticated tech, with most nations, if you finish this line via your decision, you can actually get the first level of sophisticated. So I want to try to see if that works with the baggers. So start that off, then I need to put them into production, and I can boost get some more perks here, and I'm going to get more organization on my vehicles, which have inherently bad organization. So we've got that there. The Thunderbirds have started to push in here. Hopefully the NCR can force them back, because I really don't want them to stop making progress here. Almost taken out another one to the Souls units, and my guys are actually pushing a bit more north than I wanted them to, but it's okay. I'm actually thinking maybe cancel this and see if I can send them up there. Oof. I'm just worried about making my line too weak. Well, to completely change it up, what I've decided to actually do is I'm pushing first division here in a breakthrough down south. What I'm thinking right now is bring them down south, push this way. These are all neutral, and then if I can push them around, that would actually make my line a bit shorter, and then maybe I can start pushing north, and then if I'm really brave, I can maybe do a gentle assault as well. I'm not sure, but right now I have a decision to take new citizen care package. That's great. That's going to get me more compliance, make everybody a lot happier, and my focus to adopt the NCR dollar is done. It opens a very nice one here, the military industrial complex. The complexities of industry can be replicated here too. So I'm going to get strength of military complex, which is going to take my consumer goods down by 5%. That means less civilian factories to make stuff for my people. That's brilliant. My efficiency cap's going up by another 5%, which is great. My military factory construction speed is 10% faster, and my civilian is minus 10%. These two I'm not too worried about, because I have so many civilian factories already. I mean, I'm sitting on, what is it now? 131. That's not really a problem, but what I'm really after here is the consumer goods and the production efficiency cap. So we're going to do that one, and then let's hope this plan works here, because think this could be my best bet right now. You see now, this is what I'm talking about. The Fall of Flagstaff. The NCR have done it. Thank goodness. How are they actually doing it to the Thunderbirds? Okay, still holding them. Okay. This is big because now Kaiser is more than 50% towards capitulation. 33% more victory points until I win, and they are getting clobbered. I think that's probably in the high 60s, but the NCR's industrial march here, you can see here, factories, let's say 650 against 160. This is the difference here. This is the difference. The industrial might of the NCR is finally kicking in and taking its toll. I have also noticed that this line is basically undefended, so I am starting to push manually my guys down south here, and then I'm going to push them across this way and then start pushing north. I'm actually thinking about taking away this breakthrough and actually just doing everything manually, but haven't decided on that one just yet. I am very watching this area very closely, because if they start pushing me south, I don't want to get cut off. Again, this is my only land connection, although I do now have a port as well for some supply, but still watching my north side here very closely. Well, this is actually something you don't see every day. The NCR have actually created the state of New Vegas, which will now be a puppet state of the NCR, if I'm not mistaken. Doing things manually is going quite well, so I have taken off my breakthrough. I am going to set a, actually stop this, excuse me, I'm going to set a advanced line here, but I'm not going to send them off. I just want them to prepare while I manually send these guys across here. This seems to be completely unguarded by the Legion, so that suits me just fine. They are kicking ass and taking names. How's Thunderbirds? Okay, they're holding them. Alright, that's okay, they can hold them, because once we take out Kaiser, these guys will fall very quickly, and then they should be able to obliterate the Thunderbirds. Alright, lightweight metals are done. Time to move on to the engineering advancements for that focus tree. Now I have unfortunately gotten two of my units isolated here, so I'm trying to get my steel rangers to get in there and relieve both of them and try speed this along. I have started just a first division on an order just to take out this. Be easier for me to hold these two states, but I'll probably bring 4th division across to hold this line here, and then I can get more of my guys up into this line here. I have activated this as well. Again, it's only going, everything is on careful, but I need to make a move, otherwise I'm going to lose another 2 units, and I really don't want that. Alright, I have relieved one of my units. Now I'm just trying to get my rangers to pull into that square here, so they can get that done. And then military industrial complex is done. So the next one for me to do that makes the most sense would be backbone of an industry. We need more metal today, more metal tomorrow, more metal for 1,000 years. So Last Hound and Outpost Area in Campbell is going to get 2 building slots each, and in one of them I'm going to get an extra foundry. Maybe that will unlock me to be able to do strong people or safe people. I need 10 foundries for that. We'll have to see after this focus is done. And I'm actually trying something new. I have told 4th Division to do a defensive line here, guarding the riverbank. Currently it says 0, but I want to see if these guys actually go in here and help with the attack or not. Just a little experiment while I'm here. North is looking okay. Kaiser is losing, and They're still holding off the Thunderbirds. Okay, so a little bit of a naval invasion there. Okay, not much of my problem. This is my problem right now. Alright, when the going is good, the going is good. The She State have launched a naval invasion here against Gentle Assault and are doing quite damn well. I'm pleased to say 4th Division, even though I put a defensive order in enemy territory, is attacking, doing quite well. This is a bit of a, yeah, let's not swear, a problem we're working on. Now, backbone of industry is done. It doesn't look like I can do strong people or safe people. So what I am going to do is boost my air force a bit with bears can fly. I believe they can. I believe they can touch the sky. Plus 25 air experience, building slot, air base, and arms workshop all in New Sterling. Let's start that off. Talking about air experience, I've got a whole bunch. So let me get accelerated takeoffs, front loaded assaults, and that's it for now. I'll get an extra 25 so I can take some more after that. And let's have a look here. War's going very well. 18% victory points left, and Kaiser's done. Gentle Assault's on its way down as well. I wonder what's going to happen now with Mojave territories now that they did a state of New Vegas. We'll have to see about that. Ooh, and I can core. Okay, 84. Go with the most expensive. Okay, I can only do one, but one is enough. It's increasing my population, giving me more states. Oh, and I didn't notice this. I've linked up with the NCR. Let me see if we can do a... I can't offer cancel docking, negotiate licenses, start lend lease. No. What am I offering them access to? But okay. Now this war is going quite nicely. How long until 83 days? Oh, getting there nicely. Okay, carrying on. Okay, basic infantry equipment is done. I want to move on to ballistic fibers now, improve my special forces, and then unlock a ranger armor after that. You can see I've got some free military factories here. I'm keeping that for prepared defenses. I pop them straight onto those portable radios. South of the Legion is taken care of. I'm going to leave 4th Division to take charge of this area here. Let me actually just delete this line there. And I have started an army group order. It's not everyone because of, we've got this break here because of the NCR linked up with us. Actually, I need to edit this there. I don't want to mix with this because it's quite small. I'm not sure if these guys will carry on pushing upwards. I'm not actually consider if they do or don't. So 4th will hold here, and then hopefully I can push in from this side over here with what I have, the units I can supply to this army group order, and we can take out Tucson. Alright, well, getting portable radar means one thing. Yes, prepared defenses is done. I'm going to move on to do anti-armor tactics here. Research that. Don't worry about those details. Okay, just over 2 months until the ZAX can be repaired. Thank freaking goodness. The military factories, I have 7. Brilliant. Portable radios right at the bottom here. Putting on maximum 15. Make these as fast as possible. This is just going to have to be here until I can do the next focus, or sorry, the research to add them, because they'll automatically be added to all my templates. So I need to make them as fast as I possibly can. How's my construction doing here? Okay, still doing a whole bunch of infrastructure. Okay, I think after I finish with this research, I'll move on to construction speed or something like that. Or maybe I can do it with my ZAX. We'll see. Okay, war is going quite bloody well, if I do say so myself. Kaiser 15%. Oh, yes, okay. They are losing solidly. Thunderbirds, they started to push back as well, but slowly. So this is, oh, and NCR's pushing into Tucson. She stays pushing into Gentle to Soul. I'm helping out wherever I can. And NCR's pushing. I'm right now thinking I'm actually not going to take any of this land after this war's over, because this focus here says that if those areas here are owned by my allies, we can create the new Mexican territories, and I want to join the NCR here. But first I need to take out Ubros. That's definitely not happening this episode. That's plans for the future. Right now, objective is to wipe out the Legion. Okay, I have to say before moving on is I really dislike having so many fronts to have to monitor all at the same time when I'm playing at max speed. It's really annoying, but Bears Can Fly is done. Unfortunately, I cannot do test the aerial HCF doctrine because I don't have the 5 air bases. And I was looking at it now before I started recording, and I can actually, let me just cancel this, I can actually call Dog City, but I need 195 political power. So I've been searching for where I can get political power via my focus tree. And the only one available is all the way back at the top here. Ban the Faith of the Glow. Now there is some negatives here when it comes to population and increased resistance, but this is Cohort, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. But I am going to get 100 political power out of that, so I'm going to give this one a try. So ban the Faith of the Glow. The cultists organized around this great glowing one are dangerous lunatics. They forcibly gulify people by nailing them to crosses next to their holy site, irradiating hellhole. This depravity cannot exist under our administration. Terminate their leadership and scatter their congregation. Let's start that off. I am trying. I really wanted the NCR to link up, but now that they have, because they don't want to because I can't do military access, it's quite annoying. So I'm trying to figure out what to do here. Right now, I'm currently thinking that maybe I need to stop the armed group order thing, put first here to finish off Tucson and Gentle Soul, although that's not going to take long at all, and then put second here to push north against Kaiser's Legion. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try that. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I've got another artillery piece here. Finally got another one made. They take forever to make. I haven't even researched further up the tech tree on that one. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to redo this, and hopefully it works. Hey, it's Christmas Eve. Oh, at long last, this war is finally over. Kaiser's Legion is done for. Okay, so now I have a third of the war score. I've been giving this a lot of thought because in some ways I'm doing this a bit of a cart before the horse thing here. If you look at the focus tree, I can't show it to you right now. This fight against the NCR and linking up, with Kaiser's Legion and linking up the NCR is at the bottom of the focus tree. Above that is a whole bunch of wars here against Ciphers, Realm of Diana, Ubros, and all of them. So I've been giving a lot of thought of what territory I want to take here. What I've decided is, okay, Lanius, I fought long and hard for that, so I'm taking all of that. That's all mine. Okay. Then I also want to take. I can take all of that. Then this area here above the river is considered part of Colorado, so I want to take this here. I know this does link me up with river crossings to Ubros, but so be it. I'll want that. Then, okay, that's mine, that's mine. Let's submit this and see how everything looks. Okay, so they want to fight me on that. Okay, so I'm going to have all of this. Who gets the rest? I really don't care. If it looks ugly, maybe between episodes I'll use that, what do you call it? The state transfer tool, just to make things look pretty. I just want to see who gets everything here. Okay, so NCR is taking everything in Kaiser's Legion, apart from the ones I took. Okay, so that's all right. Okay, cool. They're also taking everything in Genta to Soul. Okay. Actually, this makes a lot of sense because she stayed in red. Sun Republic have 0 war score. And they're taking everything in Tucson. Okay, so they're going to have all of that. I'm going to have this. Okay. Let's confirm and exit and see if my suspicions are correct. Okay, calculating peace conferences. Okay, North Carolina Fall Republic has all of that. New Colorado Republic, that's me, has this bit. Okay, I am happy with that. It'll also give me a chance to see later on with the focus tree if there's a whole large portion of this land I will actually give to them, and they'll form a republic on their own. Okay, so next step for me. Oh, what decisions do I have here? Basic training appointments. Yes, let's actually do that. Let's actually do that. Where is that? Because that cuts down my training time by 15%. And I have command power to spare. Okay, let's do that definitely. What else we got here? Boost my boats a little bit, and my air doctrine. Which one does not have a negative? Okay, air attack, fighter detection. Light. I'm focusing on light aircraft. Yeah, let's just go for that one. Okay, so no more wars this episode. We are focusing on 28 days until the ZAX is repaired, or I can repair the ZAX, and hopefully if I can, I'll move my capital to Dog City. But I'm going to start preparing my army for the next war in the next episode, which will be all of this. Okay. Well, what do you know? I actually didn't know that this one came with a event, Operation Paladin. Captain Pierce had been scoping out the Glowing One's hideaway for some time now. If he hadn't brought the extra strength radix for this, he imagined he wouldn't make it back alive. He had the Glowing One scheduled down to the second. He would have loved to put a bullet through the target's glowing head ASAP, but he couldn't risk that big garlish helmet blocking the shot. He imagined they only took it off him in private, where his scope couldn't see. Finally, his moment arrived. Due to some completion in their construction, the Glowing One was about to mediate in the open air. Off came the helmet, exposing that hideous green target. Pierce held his breath, squeezing the trigger on his DKS, and the great Glowing One became a great glowing spray. He snuck away using a cloak and some bioluminescent paint as a long-distance disguise. Pierce imagined what kind of award or title he would get for bagging this prize. Frankly, he'd settle for some peace and quiet. Boom, headshot. So arm experience +5. Thank you. Glowing One. The Great One retire from the luminous ones. Okay, they're long gone. And now comes the question of what focus to take. I have pored over this thing, and the only thing that would benefit me is going to war against the Uberus ones here, or if I manually justify, I can start this one here. But I am not in the mood to start another big war this episode. So instead, since I have so much infrastructure to build, I am going to go for construction engineering, specifically for the plus 10% to my infrastructure construction speed. We're going to do that, so there will be no more focuses for this episode. I am 8 political power short of coring Dog City, and then I can move my capital there, so we'll handle that in a few days hopefully, and then we'll be able to end off the ZAX technology in 23 days and repair this damn computer. Alright, something I didn't realize is that the NCR are still at war here with Dante. Okay, so they're fighting there, and they are doing quite well against the Thunderbirds. So that's they're going on there. My troops are still moving up from what used to be Gentle Assault up to where I want them here by Realm of Diana. That's going to take a while, but importantly, I now have enough political power to call Dog City. So let's call that. And now let's see, there's my decision. If I can move my capital. So this is going to move my capital to Dog City, which is going to be, it's not going to be renamed. Oh, that doesn't really matter. But I'm going to get 3 infrastructure and local population plus 10,000. So we can do that. There's my new, it did actually rename to Denver. So that is brilliant. Oh, I can do, let's, no. Majority infantry, let's boost my infantry there. Okay, so that's all done. 16 days to go, and we can cover the next bit. Okay, well, engine advancements is finished, and that does actually unlock the focus for sophisticated air tech, but because I haven't researched any of this, I'm actually not going to do it right now. Instead, I'm going to do something a little bit crazy, and I'm going to research the mortar. You know, might as well. And finally, at long last, ZAX technology is completed, and I can now repair the Boulder City ZAX. Okay, so this research slot, let's take care of that first. What I want to do is increase my construction speed. So clay working, you guys can carry on with that. Now what we need to do is go here, back here, into the Boulder Dome, go here to the ZAX. We now have no requirements to enter it, so now we can enter the ZAX. We have the technology to fix you, and there we go. The ZAX computer should now be listed as repaired. Let's just cycle one day and see what happens. Oh, here we go. Took 12 hours. Here we go. Atop the steepest hill. Success at the time seemed impossible for the second Colorado expedition. Exiled to a camp far from their target, fighting armies of ghouls, then having to fight an entirely separate war against time itself to save the facility. It sometimes felt the only way to succeed would be to cheat. But you didn't cheat, did you? Goddard and the scientific minds of the second Colorado expedition certainly couldn't have. They worked through years with minimal sleep and no rest to try and make this facility not just survive but thrive. And through the combination of their wits and your own, you succeeded. Through the combination of strength of arms, the NCR troopers and rangers, and your own tactical mind, you succeeded. And with the preservation of the dome, Goddard can finally do something that he has wanted to do since this all began. He finally got a good night's restful sleep. Cepheus has balanced the boulder. So, add save ZAX computer, which grants daily political power plus 0.1, construction speed 5% faster, research speed 10% faster, factory output 5% faster, and we'll have the ability to assign the ZAX different tasks via the decisions menu from Each one will boost certain parameters to exchange for reducing others. Alright, so click that pause again very quickly. Let's have a look at these decisions that we get. Okay, so we can either task our ZAX with admin duties. This will give me extra political power daily, and faster construction speed will go down, so that'll actually be everything will go 0 compared to the bonuses we get. Core creation cost minus 10%. Industrial duties, political power basically goes back to normal. We get an extra 5% to construction and factory output, and task our ZAX with military duties. Political power goes back down to 0. Extra 5% division organization. Construction and factory output stays the same. Planning speed goes up by 5%, and max planning factor by 5%. Oof, you know what? I actually thought this would be a hell of a lot better. We asked for, actually, you know what? I've got a hell of a lot of cores. Let me just show you the cores that we now have. Minus 10% to this core and cost will be great, because 135, 168. I'm going to go for that one. You can reset the ZAX priorities anytime you want to. I'm just going to turn that one off. I'm going to go with admin duties. There we go. Okay, and I can reset if I ever want to change my mind. Alright, well that finally is that. End of the episode. ZAX computer repaired, Kaiser's Legion and all his buddies destroyed. A job well done. Next episode, we will continue with the focus tree and do the last little bit in the north here. Hopefully, we'll see what happens with recreating this Mexico state in the focus tree, and maybe even, if I'm lucky, I can finally add up with the NCR. I would like to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.